What is up, YouTube and traders from around the world? It's Robert Falco back with your Monday stock review. It is the last week of October and earnings season is kicked into full force. This is a big week. We have a lot of the big boys and girls reporting. Facebook reported this afternoon. We got Apple, Amazon, etc., and many, many more, hundreds probably, most likely. Check out Earnings Whisperer. They got a great calendar, and you can check out all the earnings there. So once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below on the stocks that you would like us to review next time. But let's jump on into the SPY. We were 1 penny away from that perfect doji on Friday. I was hoping for a little bit of a retest. We have not gotten that today. We did a little bit at the open. Then we pretty much grinded higher most of the day. If we go into the intraday, got that initial pullback and just grinded higher pretty much the entire day on the SPY, closing at another new all-time high. Here's the QQQ, aka the NASDAQ. Looks like it completed its inverted head and shoulders, and we're closing back above this bearish candle, which is, well, we're above there after hours, which is looking pretty strong. So this one, we did bounce off the 100, very similar to SPY. And we do have one open retest gap there. There's not as many open retest gaps on the SPY, but this week for the Qs is all going to come down to earnings for the big boys. We go over to IWM. IWM small caps were pretty strong out there today. So financials, energy, etc., continuing to make a move. IWM's been in a channel for a while, but we are making higher lows here. We just need to start making those higher highs, and I think IWM might be breaking out. So I think if you're staying long and you're buying a little bit every time it comes down to the bottom of this channel, and or you could call it a distribution phase if you're into Dow theory, I think that's a good place to pick up some IWM. Facebook. So I know there was a lot of headlines about this one. Came right down to the 200 again today and bounced pretty much all day long. And then after hours, we'll do an earnings review, I think, on this one because it's a pretty popular one. After hours, you can see it's up. So it looks like they are not disappointing. It was up a little bit more, but looks like it might be fading just a little bit. But a gap down would have been really, really brutal. If we gap down below 316, we probably would have seen 300. And then see if that round number would have filled. So if you've been playing Facebook in this area and or selling puts, bull put spreads, I personally have a bull put spread down around 300 and 290. And tomorrow that should be pretty much worthless because the implied volatility crush is going to absolutely destroy the puts. So Facebook looks good. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning and where it goes from there. But yeah, so far market seems to be responding pretty well to their earnings. Tesla, oh my goodness, what on earth? Hertz and Tom Brady. So Hertz buying, I guess, 100,000, putting an order in for 100,000 Teslas, and they hired Tom Brady to be their spokesperson and sent this thing gapping and just astronomical candle today. So I guess a $4 billion order equals like $100 billion in market cap or whatever. Tesla went up today. It did pass the 1 trillion mark. So welcome to the club. This target that I had drawn on here was pretty much exactly where, I think like $2 off, exactly where this Fibonacci 2.618 extension was. That was a longer term target that I thought we might hit like early next year. Looks like we just hit that today. So there is a ton of volume on this candle. I don't see how this gap doesn't fill eventually. But if you're long, you're making money on Tesla. I think, again, selling calls on a 12% up day or trimming and trailing, probably a good idea because it is getting fairly extended off of the moving averages. But dang, I mean, just an absolute crusher today. The RSI is almost as high as it's ever been. It's so funny that's on a Hertz headline. So yeah, I don't know if Hertz is still going to be in business by the time they get the cars from Tesla because Hertz is pretty awful. But hey, the news really catapulted this thing over the weekend. Look at the weekly. Oof. Looks like a roller coaster ride. We're getting into weightlessness territory. So did hit that 2618 Fibonacci extension. To get to the next level, I would like to see, I mean, the 3618's 1310, but I think that'll take a while. You never know. It can do anything. Logitech also had earnings after hours. I haven't really looked into this one. Doesn't look like it's gapping very much. This one is on a nice trend, having a pullback, and I would really like it to pull back into the 100 on the weekly. I'm not sure if it's going to do that based on this gap, but we will see. I haven't really looked into the earnings too much, honestly, but I know someone was asking about it. If it gaps up tomorrow above these three upper wicks, we still have a long evening to go, but above like 91.13 or so, I think that this could definitely be a day trade, potential swing trade possibility on Logitech. I haven't looked at their earnings yet, but it looks so far like they're responding okay. Or is it tomorrow morning? Oh, later in the evening. Okay, so they haven't announced yet. That's why. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they've announced yet. Over to Yeti. I know a lot of folks were in on this double bottom off the 200. I'm picture perfect double bottom. If you are struggling with what to look for, and just basically print this chart out and stick it on the wall next to your computer, and when you see it repeat on other stocks, then play it, because that's a picture perfect double bottom neckline retest right to the target. So my target was hit today. It was the 100. Just exited everything there. I think about an hour and a half into the day or so. So I'm all out of Yeti, but it was a nice play off the 200. Great double bottom. There might be some people that are still holding, but I think a lot of us took profit out there. You got this old resistance, became new support, might become old resistance again. Plus we just went from the 200 to the 100. So yeah, might as well take some gains and lock it in. So that is it for me today. I know it's a quick one, but yeah, going to be a busy week with lots of earnings out there. So live life, trade it. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.